Hi, you are listening to The Humans We Are with Carola, episode number 22. Hello, my beloved friends. I hope you're doing amazing today. If you're new to the show, I want to welcome you and I want to tell you that you have found the right place if you want to start relating to yourself in a loving way, in a more kind and productive way, and you want to stop being so harsh and beating yourself up and not tolerating any mistakes or shortcomings or perceived shortcomings on your part. So today I have a personal story. I went to church today. There was a mass at my son's school and all the families were invited. If you know me, you may be surprised as I am not really a religious person. I consider myself spiritual and I am not an atheist by any means. I believe in God, in goddess, in gods, in the universe, something bigger than me. And if you know me really well, you know my personal spiritual beliefs are more on the, let's call it, unconventional side. It is surprising to those who know me and my husband, at least to those who know us as well, that we are sending our kids to Catholic schools. And the reasons for that are rather fortuitous, but that's for another story. I was raised Catholic, but in my family, no one was too involved in the church. I was baptized when I was little, and I did the first communion, which is one of the main sacraments in the religion, for those of you who are not familiar with Catholicism. The next one is the confirmation, and I did all the preparation course, but I decided last minute, probably the week before, that I was not going to actually take that sacrament at that time because I wasn't feeling very aligned with the church, or at least what I was experiencing from the church at that time. I was never deeply involved with the church, but as I grew into adulthood and became more scientifically minded as a young woman, I grew farther apart from religion and also from spirituality. I'm not sure if it was merely the normal rebellious nature of that period in a human's life and or the bad things that have come to light about organized religion, but I developed a rejection of religion. And because of that, or maybe in spite of that, I came to explore other forms of spirituality, and I sort of developed my own version that I hold close to my heart now, and it's constantly developing too. You may see parallels between your own journey and mine. In coaching my clients, we often get to talk about spirituality, and it's such an important piece of this human experience for many of the humans that I get to support. And I hear from many of you that you don't really resonate with traditional religion either, but you still hold some connection or some form of spiritual belief, practices, experiences. Sending our kids to Catholic school has made me reconsider so much about religion and how I want my kids to have a relationship with spirituality. It's been such an interesting journey so far, and it's constantly challenging me. Sometimes I wish I could take it more lightly, kind of like brush it off and consider that it's just a set of practices that you can take or leave and not be so serious about it. But apparently it's not the journey that I chose for this lifetime. I can't help but take it very seriously. Anyway, the reflection that I want to share with you today is about love. And I apologize, it's taken me so long to get to the point. So Spirituality for me is an aspect of my life where I get to practice and experience amazing feelings and emotions. I love feeling connected to all beings and feeling love towards the whole creation. In spiritual practice, I get to feel abundant and limitless. I get to feel joy and deep appreciation for this human life. And I get to feel trust and surrender. It's such a joy to have that space to intentionally practice all of these feelings. And in my relationship with religion, in particular with the Catholic Church, which is the experience that I got to have in this human experience, I realized that I had thrown out the baby with the bathwater. Today in church, I felt so much love and joy. I had to hold back tears of joy because it was so beautiful to be there, sharing that moment with my kids, my husband, all the other families. I don't know, it occurred to me that we do this in different ways in life where we close ourselves off to the love that is available to us, to the abundance that is available to us, to the beauty that is available to us. There are still aspects of this church that I personally don't like. Just like with anything else in life, it's not all bad or all good. We as individuals are not all bad or all good. But today's message is not even about that. It's about more than that. It's about noticing where you might be blocking yourself from sources of joy and love and abundance because you made a decision, and maybe a decision that is very broad and high level in nature about something. Like my thoughts and my relationship with the overall concept of organized religion was and still is blocking me from having these experiences of deep joy and love and connection. Let me give you another example. During the pandemic, we were all, of course, in lockdown, and I started feeling such a big urge to be more in nature. And it wasn't available to me at that moment, at least not at the same level as it was in quote-unquote normal times. That's not surprising, right? We all experienced some sort of experience like that. We live in a very urban area. There's lots of buildings and there's some parks luckily, but a very urban area through and through. And I started feeling super bummed that we live here, that it was too urban, that I was missing out on that nature connection and stuff. And it felt very limiting until one day I realized that we didn't know for how long we were going to be in confinement, and I decided that the daily permit that we could get to walk the dogs outside, it needed to count. And I started paying attention to every tree, to every bush, every lawn, all the flowers, the birds. I started to take it all in. And it was glorious. I've talked about this before. It was such a big change. Nothing had changed really in my circumstances, in the facts that surrounded me. We were still in lockdown and I was still living in the same urban area. All of it was the exact same. But I stopped blocking myself from experiencing the nature that was already surrounding me. So I would like to pose the invitation, my dear friend, to notice where you might be blocking yourself with old or with unquestioned beliefs or decisions about your own spirituality, about what and how much love is available to you, about how much you are appreciated and cherished by those around you, about the material abundance that's available to you, about opportunities. What might you not be seeing? What might you not be allowing yourself to experience just because your attention is elsewhere, or because you decided there's nothing there for you? Can you take a second look? Can you open up your heart to receive what's there for you? I hope you will, my loves. I hope you will. I can promise you that if you just set the intention to open yourself up, you will see so much that is available to you that you were not seeing before, just because you weren't paying attention, or you were believing that there was nothing for you there. Okay, if this show is entertaining you, if you're finding it useful and it's helping you in any way, I ask you to help me get to more people. 2 easy ways to do that only take a couple of minutes of your time are sharing this episode with one person you love and you think will benefit from it. If you don't know how to do it, it's very simple. So I see most of you use Apple, so you will click on the 3 dots next to the name of this episode in your player, and you will see a menu with a list of options. And if you select the one that says share episode, it will give you a set of different options to choose. So you can share it via text message, via email, via Instagram, Facebook, etc. It's super intuitive. And on Spotify, it's basically the same, except that the 3 dots appear on the upper right hand corner of the screen. And the second way to help me get to more people is to go to Apple or Spotify, wherever you listen to this, and leave a rating and an honest review. I truly appreciate those of you who have done it so far. Also, I now have a website again. It's www.carolafuertes.com. So if you've been considering one-on-one coaching, you can find the information and the link to set up a consult call there. It's super easy. Okay, I will be back next week. And in the meantime, set the intention to open up your heart to receive more. It's not hard or complicated. It doesn't take a lot of work on yourself and healing. It's not time consuming. It starts by you setting the intention to be more open to receive. And you will start noticing more and more where there's already love available, opportunities available, abundance available. All that you need is already available, but you might not be seeing it because of some beliefs. But you will see once you start setting the intention to be more open to receive it. That's all for now, my lovely humans. I love you. Bye-bye.